parable of the prodigal son is a timeless story that has captivated hearts and minds for centuries. This powerful story of forgiveness and redemption, found in the Gospel of Luke, continues to resonate with people from all walks of life. Today, we'll delve into this profound narrative and explore its enduring significance. Our story begins with a wealthy father and his two sons. The younger son, filled with ambition and a desire for independence, approaches his father with an audacious request. He asks for his share of the inheritance, essentially treating his father as if he were already dead. Surprisingly, the father obliges, dividing his property between his two sons. With his newfound wealth, the younger son sets off to a distant country, eager to experience life on his own terms. He indulges in every pleasure in excess, squandering his inheritance on what the Bible describes as wild living. For a time, he revels in his newfound freedom, unaware of the challenges that lie ahead. However, his reckless lifestyle soon catches up with him. A severe famine strikes the land, and the young man finds himself destitute and alone. With no money, no friends, and no support system, he is forced to take on the most degrading job available, feeding pigs, an occupation considered unclean and shameful in Jewish culture. As he watches the pigs eat, the young man reaches his lowest point. He longs to fill his stomach with the pods the pigs are eating, but no one gives him anything. It is in this moment of utter despair that he experiences a profound realization. He remembers his father's house, where even the hired servants have more than enough to eat. Humbled and repentant, the young man decides to return home. He rehearses a speech, planning to say to his father, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." With this resolve, he begins the long journey home, uncertain of the reception that awaits him. Meanwhile, back at home, the father has never stopped hoping for his son's return. Day after day, he scans the horizon, longing to see his beloved child. Then one day, while the son is still a long way off, the father spots a familiar figure in the distance. Filled with compassion, he runs to his son, embracing him and kissing him, unmindful of the young man's ragged appearance or the stench of pig farms that clings to him. The son begins his rehearsed speech, but before he can finish, the father interrupts. He calls to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." The celebration begins, and the house is filled with music and dancing. However, not everyone shares in the joy. The older son, returning from working in the fields, hears the commotion and inquires about its cause. When he learns of his brother's return and the lavish welcome he has received, he becomes angry and refuses to join the celebration. The father, ever patient and loving, goes out to plead with his older son. He listens to his complaints about the perceived unfairness of the situation. The older son laments that he has worked hard for years, never disobeying his father's orders, yet he has never been given even a young goat to celebrate with his friends. In response, the father gently reminds him, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." This parable, with its rich layers of meaning, offers profound insights into the nature of God's love and forgiveness. It challenges our notions of justice and mercy, inviting us to reflect on our own capacity for forgiveness and our willingness to welcome those who have lost their way. The Father's unconditional love and forgiveness serve as a powerful metaphor for God's relationship with humanity. His willingness to run to his Son, to restore him to full sonship, and to celebrate his return illustrates the depth of divine love and the joy in heaven over one sinner who repents. As we conclude our exploration of this remarkable parable, we are left with a question. Which character do we identify with most? Are we the prodigal son, in need of forgiveness and restoration? The loving father, ready to extend grace? Or perhaps the older brother, struggling with resentment and a sense of injustice? The parable of the prodigal son continues to challenge and inspire us, reminding us of the transformative power of forgiveness and the boundless nature of love. It invites us to embrace a radical form of grace that can heal wounds, restore relationships, and bring joy where there was once only sorrow.